Guys of a Certain Age is brought to you by no one. Absolutely no one. Except these dudes walking down memory lane. Now let's head to the studio to see what they misremember next.
And welcome back to another episode of Guys of a Certain Age. You can tell Robbie Koblin's in here, but this is Art Shirley, and I'm in studio with
Jay Reed.
Jay Reed, world traveler, back from a trip that we'll be hearing more about here just in a little bit.
Right.
How you doing, Jay?
I'm okay, but I'm fit from the trip. There was lots of walking, lots of exercise, and I realized that I am indeed a
I don't think
guy
it'll
of a
spoil it
certain
to tell
age.
folks where you went.
No, I went to Walt Disney World.
Walt Disney World.
Yes.
Does the train still say that way?
Well, we were not in the Magic Kingdom. So
Oh, you weren't? Okay.
No.
Okay. That's so interesting because, and this is what we'll talk about, but I haven't been in probably 20 years. And so, the Magic Kingdom was still the same. You had Epcot, which we spent a lot of time. You had, it's not Wild Kingdom. What's the Animal Kingdom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wild Kingdom is Mutual Mall. Yeah. Guy of a certain age pulling that back. And then you had, what was the movie theme?
It's called Hollywood Studios now, but it had a different name.
It had a different name when we went.
And I forgot what that
And it
old
may
name
have
was.
been a particular studio that it was named after, like MGM or Paramount or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, but Hollywood.
They did Hollywood Studios
Okay.
is what they call
We'll
it
talk
now.
about that.
Yeah, that's
at
where
some
we
point.
spent a significant amount of time this time.
So we're recording probably for the last time here at Mississippi State University.
Oh, we can say that now?
Yeah, we're saying it. We're saying it because I'm out of here in 6 weeks. And who listens? No, but anyway, we're recording. So anyway, we're recording at this studio, which has been kind of
To test the equipment.
To test the equipment. That's actually true. We are testing the equipment because we have another podcast coming up, an official podcast for the university that we have to make sure this stuff's working because sometimes it doesn't. So if the show cuts off abruptly, it means it did not work. I didn't have it set up right. So anyway.
So for all the people that think I don't like Mississippi State, this is my contribution.
This is your
the
contribution.
university.
That's right, your contribution.
Besides
It's
what I
also
contributed
today.
when my son was
Today
a
is the
student.
12th, and Jay and I both are Ole Miss graduates and fans, and Trinidad Chambliss is in court today seeking his injunction against the NCAA so he can play one more year.
Okay. Well,
Robbie,
I knew that was coming.
Robbie
I
may
didn't know it
cut
was
that,
today.
but anyway. So
you mean there's power? The courthouse in Oxford has power? They can.
no, they're actually in. I can't remember what county they're in, but it's a small.
because he sued him in Lafayette County. Is what I read.
Well, they're in another court. They're in another county for the thing. But that's interesting. And there's, all kidding aside about Ole Miss versus State and our allegiance to one or the other. This is the kind of thing that I think is starting to shape what sports is going to be about. So it's interesting with the NIL. With extended playing times, what are we looking at, regardless of what team you pull for? So that may be something we'll look at another show.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we do Geeks of the Week? Do you have a geek?
I have a geek.
Jay has a geek.
I have a geek. Yeah.
And it's a current geek from what I understand.
It's fairly current. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty well current. It does go back to the 30s, but it's not happening. It's happening now, and it's Spider-Noir.
Yeah.
Which is the show with Nick Cage.
Yes. This is a separate movie or show, I think it is, right?
Series, I
Limited
believe.
series?
Yeah, I think it's a series, and it's going to be on Prime. It's a Prime original.
Okay.
And so, best I can tell from the trailer, okay, so the trailer just came out maybe yesterday.
Okay.
And one of the interesting things about this show is it's set in the 1930s. Ben Reilly, I believe, is the main character. That's Nicolas Cage. He plays it's a private investigator who used to be, or it says something in the trailer about in his former life, he was the city's only superhero. So he was a Spider-Man of sorts. And so he's got, it's going to be shown in black and white, or you can also choose to watch it in something called true hue color, which is not easy to say. True hue.
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 True
and I
hue
looked
color.
that up to see if there was a specific definition. I could not find but if you can look up true hue color and it tells you what it means, but as far as a trademarked way of filming, I couldn't find that. But the trailer itself, it kind of goes, you can see it in both black and white and the color. And the color looks, I don't know, not deeper, but
truer,
almost like vintage color, for lack of a better word. So I think it'll be fun to watch in either one. I think I'll probably watch it in black and white. It looks like it it just kind of looks like it fits. I mean, Spider-Noir.
Yeah, you would think a noir thing needs to be in black and white,
Yeah.
but that's interesting.
And it appears to be, from the trailer, a little bit kitschy. I mean, Nick Cage is saying some things that are kind of goofy. And, really, none of the other stars. I think Brendan Gleeson may be in it, and I've seen him in some things. Aside from that, I don't really know any of the other.
But the trailer is out now.
Trailer's out.
Check that. And when is the release date for the show?
May 27th.
May. Okay,
so it's coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, time's going by fast.
Yes, I know.
You'll be retired by then.
I'll be retired by then. That's right.
The whole
That's
thing
right. I can just sit there and,
nobody will care.
Pajamas and all day long and watch it. Yeah, that's right. I probably won't get to do that.
Yeah, no,
I don't know if that's going to be happening
or
or not. But some people I understand are busier in retirement than they were when they were working.
But this, I remember when we first talked about this, when they first mentioned that this might happen.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I really didn't think it would happen.
Yeah.
So,
it sounded like one of those kind of projects that it'd be a lot of fun, but really is not going to get the green light.
Yeah. Well, apparently it's on the way.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Unless they pull it here at the last minute.
Right. Which has, like, speaking of Batgirl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Or Batwoman?
Batgirl was the show. Yeah.
Okay.
Batwoman was a CW series, part of the Arrowverse.
Okay.
And it did get canceled after a couple of seasons.
Right. But the movie, I'm talking about the movie.
The movie Batgirl was filmed and I think cut together, ready to go. Michael Keaton's in it. It was actually going to be his first reappearance as Batman before he showed up in The Flash. But that sounds kind of wrong. And it showed up in the flesh or showed up in the flash. It showed up in the flash, yeah. So anyway, I've got a trailer to talk about too.
Okay. Awesome.
Supergirl, not Batgirl, not Batwoman, but Supergirl is coming out. And we've seen a teaser trailer for it before, but during I guess it was during the Super Bowl that it first launched. I didn't see it till yesterday.
I was in the car during the Super Bowl.
So
eating dinner.
The first trailer has arrived.
Okay.
We've seen some pictures of like a puppy version of Crypto, so that's good. It looks really good, and we were watching it. Of course, Jason Momoa is now playing Lobo. Instead of Aquaman. And I think, I thought he was great as Aquaman, but I think this is going to be a better fit for him. I mean, he just really looks the part.
I can see that.
But it looks really good. And from what I've heard is that some of the sneak previews have gone really well. So people are excited about it. Now, my son Will was watching the commercial with us, the trailer with us last night. And he said he just really hadn't heard much about it. And I'm thinking, wow, that seems kind of course, I think we're, being in the podcast world, we've been talking about it some, but I'm just wondering, does this have the marketing behind it that needs to? It comes out in June 26th, so this is probably about the time the push will start. I guess with the Super Bowl trailer, Super Bowl premiere of the trailer, we'll start to see more about it, and the interest will start to build up. But I'm looking forward to that. That may be one I actually go and see in the theater again, which has been a while.
Yeah, probably I'm trying to think, the last time I saw something in the theater was probably one of the Fantastic Four, maybe. Was that the most recent one to come out?
Yeah, there was Superman and Fantastic Four, and I can't remember which one was which. Did y'all see Superman in the theater?
I'm pretty sure. But
I think you did.
Yeah.
I think you did.
I saw them all in the theater. The other one was the one they changed to the something Avengers. I can't remember.
Oh yeah. That's right. So we did see those three.
Yeah,
and that was just this past summer. So it's been almost a year ago. But we fully intended to see the second part of Wicked in the theater, but just I guess when it came out.
That's right. I still haven't seen that.
No, I haven't seen it either. And I guess it will probably be streaming free somewhere now. It's been out so long, but it's certainly available for rent now.
Yeah,
but we still haven't watched that yet.
Oh, actually, I did. We did do that. We watched the second one, we rented it.
Okay.
Yeah, when my family was here during the holidays, Lauren rented it, and we had big plans to sit down and watch it. Then we got busy doing something else, and we're like, oh shoot, well now we've rented this movie.
Oh, so but did you watch it? Or
we were able to watch it. Yeah.
Okay.
We did watch it. Okay. Yeah, I was underwhelmed. With the part two.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I'll be curious to see.
But I still would recommend watching it. If you've watched the first one, you should finish it.
Oh yeah, and have you seen the musical in the theater?
Not the actual musical. No.
Yeah, we saw it at the Orpheum years ago, and I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. I think I mentioned before, I was in the dip in the Orpheum on the floor. Behind a very tall basketball player or something. I mean, this guy was really tall, and I just could not, I kind of watched it over his shoulder, the whole thing. So anyway. All right. Well, I guess now it's time for Jay's Regrettable Segment. Yes, Jay's Regrettable Segment. Brought to you today by I Have No Idea. Yes, I have no idea. That's why I'm taking... What's the medicine for memory? Yes, Prevagen. Apparently, I need a dose of Prevagen. Can you prescribe that for me, Jay? Or
you can get that without a prescription.
It's available over the counter.
It is.
Okay, Prevagen for my memory, which is failing me now. But it is time for Jay's Regrettable Segment. Now, with the regrettable superhero, or supervillain, I guess, this case. Here's Jay.
So, actually, the Prevagen is not a bad sponsor for this because one of the characters in this is the Brain. And if you come to my store, you will find a white brain that is like our display case for the Prevagen.
Really?
It is, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I wish I had done a better job and actually planned that better. This would have been a much better intro to your segment. But
that's quite all right.
I'm already regretting the regrettable intro.
So just to make sure, I thought about this morning. We should definitely give an occasional shout out to the
absolutely.
Gentleman.
We should do that every time.
Yeah, that's made this possible. John Morris wrote the book or collected the book, The Legion of Regrettable Supervillains.
Yes.
So that is what we're working through. This one today is called the Death Battalion.
The Death Battalion.
But before we get to...
I almost said that was a sponsor and I realized I'd be giving that away.
Yeah. But before we get to the battalion... Just give you the usual stats created by Otto and Jack Binder and Don Rico.
Okay.
I don't know if you know them. I don't.
Jack Binder, I do, yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Debuted in America's Greatest
Otto
Comics
and Jack
#1.
both actually know both, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This was a Fawcett comic production.
Okay.
September 1941.
Yeah, Fawcett was where Captain Marvel originated.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I feel like we've done several Fawcett
villains. that was actually a pretty big company back in the day, back in the early day, the golden age of, and I want to say that DC bought their all their properties up. Okay. I'll be looking that up.
I feel like we talked about that. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. So not to be confused with Farrah Fawcett of poster fame. Anyway, so the enemies of our villains today, the Death Battalion, are Mr. Scarlet and Pinky.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Which
is that his sidekick?
Described by Mr. Morris, the author, as a red guy and his slightly less red partner. So it's kind of a Batman and Robin thing. They basically wear red tights and have masks and not a lot of superpowers really. They say that they carry sidearms and occasionally. And inexplicably, Mr. Scarlet can fly, but that's pretty much the extent of their powers. So he was Mr. Scarlet's alter ego was a district attorney, worked himself out of a job because he was such a good crime fighter. Doesn't tell us anything about Pinky in this book anyway. But they're fighting. This Death Battalion is a group of, I believe, five or six people who are released from the prison Alcatraz, Spanish for the Catraz. I don't know. Anyway, by a mysterious figure, and we'll figure out, we'll learn who that is in just a minute. But just to give you kind of the rundown of the Death Battalion, basically their leader, who is called the Brain, which is just a guy wearing a mesh helmet that kind of made his head look bigger. Yeah, okay. I don't know.
So it didn't have some kind of brain.
So he was the leader, and actually, I'll go ahead and tell you, he was secretly the warden of Alcatraz. So he's the one that released them.
Okay,
so that they could take over America. So here we go, Dr. Death, and you have to think of these guys as. I wonder if they're using these powers currently or if this is what got them into prison. Because Dr. Death's power, he was an evil concert musician who composed a symphony of death, which killed any musician who played it. So not very practical in the field. I wouldn't think. That's kind of a long game, kind of a villain. But anyway, Dr. Death.
But it killed any what that played it?
Any musician who played
So
the symphony.
if you've got the
no
full
encores.
orchestra, no encores.
Theoretically,
Everybody in there's
everybody
dead.
would drop. Yeah. So that's an odd one.
Yes.
And then you have the ghost, who is just an embezzler. He robbed his the charitable orphanage fund on which he was a board member. He's got a gang of other ghost and skeleton people. And it's in the picture. It's basically just a guy with a ghost hood on.
Oh, okay.
Nothing special.
Very basic ghost hood. Yes.
Yeah, it gets a little better though. You have the horned hood, and I'm looking. There's a couple of pictures, and I'm not sure which one is the horned hood, but it's kind of Batman-esque in its features. He was a scholar in his alter ego, respected scholar, and at night he was a jewel thief who had a lead-filled club of thorns, which you would think would be more useful to the next guy, who is called the Blackthorn.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm guessing when you look at these pictures, which obviously our listeners can't, but one guy has one sort of unicorn-style horn.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's the Blackthorn.
Yeah.
Who knows? Anyway, the Blackthorn was a fifth columnist. Now, did you know
We've
what that is?
talked about this before.
Because I had to look that up.
Okay. Tell me again what it is.
So what I discovered, a fifth columnist was someone who was like a secret sympathizer to the enemy. Like say America was at war with Canada, and you had a group of Americans who were sympathetic to Canada. They would be, or
I know I've heard the term before and I've forgotten it, but I feel like we've had one of these other characters that was a fifth columnist before.
It could have been. It's been a while if we have.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, or the more local example would be all the people in Columbus, Mississippi, who are Alabama fans.
Yes,
that would kind of be fifth columnist.
That's right.
Would be the best way to understand it. So the Blackthorn had the mummy ray, a device that could fatally dehydrate his enemies. Again, a little bit more practical than a symphony.
And interestingly enough, that's the main weapon in Batman 66 movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a dehydration thing, and the Penguin is turning people to powder. And they turn the United Nations Council into powder, and Batman has to rehydrate them. And this is a spoiler for anyone that hasn't seen. But when they come back, they've somehow mixed up the granules. It happens in a fight, and so that Batman has to try to separate them out. Anyway, they come back, it looks good, and then they start speaking, and the Russian person is speaking French and all this kind of stuff. And Batman goes, "Well, maybe this will actually work out for the best." Yeah.
We need to make a movie of that.
Yes,
that's a movie. All right, so then you have the Black Clown.
Okay.
Who had circus skills.
Of course.
Got a unicycle.
Yes.
And one of his sidekicks was a gorilla named Garganta, who, they're basically just killing people. And then you have the Laughing Skull, who is a disgraced banker. And this is interesting.
Okay.
He forced his enemies to read their own epitaphs before murdering them at their grave sites.
All right.
So that's just kind of mental there. But anyway, so the Brain organized them. He was trying to overthrow the United States government, but Mr. Scarlet and Pinky snuck in there to save the day.
Okay.
So just the author also lists a few other enemies of Mr. Scarlet and Pinky. One was Mr. Hyde, a musical hitman called the Hummer, a modern-day Bluebeard, the hulking boss. His name is the boss. The mysterious Moon Torchman, the arson-happy fire fiend, the Hook, the Voice, and an unseen figure called Mr. Nobody. But today is the Death Battalion. I don't know if this is...
I think this may be redeemable.
It's possible.
I mean, you look at some of these like Creature Commandos and not the Suicide Squad is certainly one that has a bunch of bizarre type of characters. Now they become heroes. They're anti-heroes in most of these cases. What's the one that had HBO did for a while that had Brendan Fraser in it? Doom Squad.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Doom Patrol?
Doom Patrol. That's it. Yes.
I don't think I ever watched that one.
No, but it's those quirky kind of heroes that that came around a lot of times at the end of the Golden Age, beginning of the Silver Age, I guess. Okay. When there were a lot of quirky things. So I think this is redeemable. I can see these characters fitting in.
Some are for sure like Dr. Death, maybe not in this setting.
No.
But I think that something
like I
could
said,
be made of that.
I don't think it's like you take it exactly as is and put it, on the screen or in another book or whatever. But I think you can kind of with some slight modifications, I think you could get this back out there.
Yeah. Well, you said the dehydration gun was already a thing.
Yeah, 66.
Yeah. So could happen. All right. Well, Death Battalion.
Yep.
Not dying today.
Not dying today.
Not on our
Mr.
watch.
Scarlet and Pinky. That's hilarious. Yeah.
But the fact that that he listed other
villains,
means that they lasted more than.
I did check. Fawcett Comics kind of started going out of business in the 50s. DC bought them up. They bought the characters, bought the rights to the characters. They started with Captain Marvel and got him first, and then they added the rest of their ensemble, in the late 80s or 90s or whatever.
Okay.
So Fawcett Comics. Anyway, pretty good. Like I said, redeemable.
All right. I agree.
Okay. Now, on the other side of the break, you're going to talk to us about, wherever you were in Orlando, which was not Disney World, and I guess we'll wait and find out where that was right after this. And we're back, and Jay, the world traveler, is now going to tell us where exactly he was in Orlando and what they did with his family.
Well, it actually was Walt Disney World. It wasn't the Magic Kingdom.
Not the Magic Kingdom Park, right? The whole thing collectively is called Walt Disney World.
Right.
Okay.
And it's massive, of course.
Yes.
And we had park hopper passes, but one day to use them. So we had decided that we were going to try to... Originally, we were going to try to go to Animal Kingdom and show the baby because there were 6 of us. Me and my wife, son, daughter, husbands, and wives. So it was 6 of us.
So I didn't realize Jacob and his wife came down too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jacob was down there for a conference, and then they decided to go somewhere, and they invited us to come join. So it was all 6 of us and the baby, so 7 of us. And originally we thought, it'd be fun to go to the safari and Animal Kingdom.
And the baby is Jay's granddaughter.
My granddaughter, Maggie. Yeah, she's 8 months, I think.
Okay,
now.
yeah,
and,
cute as could be.
Yeah, so she was, and getting to where she'll interact a little bit more and that kind of stuff.
Good.
So originally Animal Kingdom, we thought, she's not, literally, she's not going to remember probably any of this.
Yeah.
So we said, let's take a more adult. Let's figure out what we want to do, and we'll just take her around. Let's be honest. So we decided to go to Hollywood Studios, which was going to be our other option to begin with, because that's where the Galaxy's Edge is, and we all wanted to kind of see the Star Wars stuff. And then,
so you had one day. You were spending one day there?
One day.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. So we got there when it opened, left when it closed.
Okay. What time is that? What's
basically 8 to 9 or 8:30 to 9. It depends. If you stay on property, they'll let you come in a little bit early sometimes and stay a little bit late. Just depends. But pretty much the day ends. Every park, best I can tell, has some sort of fireworks or a light show at the end. So as soon as the show's over, people start exiting. Unless you're still in line at Guardians of the Galaxy and you haven't gotten to your rides yet. But we'll get to that in a second. So we started out in Hollywood Studios, and that's where Galaxy's Edge. We went straight there,
and that's the Star Wars.
That's the Star Wars world.
So it's a Star Wars world. It's not just a ride, right?
It's both. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a world. It's a how they have like Toy Story World and different areas. I don't. To be honest, in Hollywood Studios, I don't know all the worlds, but it'd be comparable to Fantasyland and that kind of stuff that you have in the Magic Kingdom. So Galaxy's Edge, and you kind of go through a little tunnel, and you're there. So it completely changes. It looks like you're walking around, and I don't know if they tried to set it in any particular movie, but everybody's dressed the part, the decor, everything. There was one spot where we went in, and I don't know if it was a droid workshop, because we didn't do this, but you could get for a small fee. You could do the lightsaber experience and build a lightsaber.
I have a friend who did
droid.
that. Yeah. You build a droid.
You can build a droid.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw several droids, people be carrying them around.
So what size droid are you talking about?
It's about, how tall is that? 1.5 feet?
Yeah.
Those are the boxes that I saw.
Okay.
Maybe about 6 or 8 inches square.
So you're not building a life-size C-3PO?
No, it's not a C-3PO or even an R2-D2 size. But there was one place where like droid heads, like kind of like R2-D2 and BB-8, that kind of stuff, were hanging from wires, like they were using them as lights. So that was kind of cool. I think that'd be kind of fun to have a R2-D2.
Yes,
that little bit of a dome. So that kind of stuff, and then you've got. I think you and Robbie probably would have appreciated it more because you might have known. Oh, that's the such and such a ship.
Okay,
or whatever. You know. I know X-wing, Y-wing, Millennium Falcon. I mean, and I recognize them, but I may not be able to tell you what ships are which. But there were several full-size ships. There was a Millennium Falcon.
That's what I want to see. Yeah.
And whether or not, I told Jacob, I said, do you think this was actually the size of it? I thought it would be bigger.
Okay.
And so I don't know scale-wise.
I would think it was supposed to be 1-to-1, but maybe not.
I think so. I mean, it had the little ramp. You couldn't go in it.
Oh, okay.
But it was there as a part of the decor.
Well, maybe it's not because, you look at Cinderella's castle and think, oh, this is size. Yeah. And then you get there and you realize, oh, this really couldn't be it's like a, 2/3 of the size of a castle or if that much. But anyway.
It's still cool to see it though.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's 2 rides in there. Rise of the Resistance, which is the newer one, and that's the sort of the big one. That's what we did. Okay. And then I forget the name of the other one, but Smuggler's Run, I think was it. Okay. And it's sort of supposed to take place in the Millennium Falcon, I believe. So that may have been why you couldn't go in it. It may have been part of the ride. I'm not sure. But we decided just to do the Rise, and so I don't know if I'll spoil anything. I probably can't remember it all, to be honest. Yeah. But we waited about an hour. Yeah. And that supposedly was a good time.
Yeah, I think that's.
And you go in, and once you get through all the line, you're standing there when there's the story is that you're part of the resistance, and the Empire has captured you. Yeah. So they're taking you through to the prison or whatever, and you go in this big room, and there's probably 24 stormtroopers standing there on the other side of the barrier. And when you first go in, you're like, are these cast members dressed up like Stormtroopers? Are there this many? And they do kind of move around, but they're animatronic. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, so you'll have them, the gun will move or the head will move and look. And there's some cast members around, and they're like, get out of the car, hurry up. They're being very Empire-ish.
Yeah, okay.
But that was pretty good. I think once we got in, and actually kind of got in something that was moving, and you felt like you were kind of flying. I mean, it was cool.
But it was an hour wait for that, which again, I don't think is a bad wait for Disney World. Apparently,
an hour wait. And I'll just say now, our wait times through the day, we probably waited an hour for that, a little over an hour for Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah, which is that Muppet now, or is it still Aerosmith?
It's still Aerosmith. That's what. So Muppet is what it's going to. I'd forgotten what it was going to. It's still Aerosmith.
That's my understanding, yeah.
But it's not. I'll come back to that in a second. Let's stick in Galaxy's Edge.
Getting you off the rails.
Yeah, no, I got myself
off the monorail.
So the other thing that we did, though, I wanted to ride the ride, and I wanted to buy some blue milk.
Okay.
So I think I sent y'all a picture.
You did.
They had blue milk, green milk. I got one of each, and it cost me 20-something credits. Whatever.
Yeah.
So, and it was, I don't even, when we first heard it was coming, I can't remember how they described it.
Yeah.
There's no discernible, like, this is for sure what it tastes like. It was kind of fruity in a little bit. It was frozen. It was a frozen drink.
Yeah.
Not like a slush puppy, not really, more like a dairy-based icy in a way. Hard to describe, really. Yeah. But I enjoyed them both. The green one tastes a little bit more tropical. Mm-hmm. The blue, somebody said, "Oh, Jay, this tastes like coconut milk. You're not going to like it." But I didn't. It didn't to me.
Okay.
So I enjoyed them both. I ended up, everybody tried it, and then I finished them off.
Yeah.
And Disney is a lot more adult now in that there's a lot of alcohol around.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could get these. I think the blue one you could get with rum and the green with tequila or something. Of course, the price doubles, if not more, when you do that. But yeah, there was a lot more than I remember seeing in the past.
Yeah, I mean, when I was there, I guess you could, if you were in Epcot, you would go out to eat somewhere, you could get something, but it wasn't like you were just walking around with it.
Right. Well, there's a lot of walking around with it now. So anyway, blue green milk was great. The ships were cool to see. We saw the Mandalorian walking around.
Okay.
And I saw Rey walking around. The interesting thing about it, though, is, most most of your character sightings in other parts of the park. Like we saw Goofy and I don't know, does Goofy have a son or?
Yes, Max.
Okay, so it was Goofy and Max, and they were, in sort of a designated area. There was a line you could see them, get your picture made, all the things.
Yeah,
but in Galaxy's Edge, if you wanted your picture made with the Mandalorian chose you.
Really?
So, and I haven't seen the pictures yet. I can't believe I haven't asked for these, but apparently she chose Maggie. Or Mandalorian chose Maggie. So there's some picture somewhere of the Mandalorian and the granddaughter. There was a little Grogu kind of on his side there.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. But you couldn't just go up and say, "Hey, can I have your picture made?" He had to call you over to get your picture
That's
made.
Pretty, yeah.
And I think it was the same with Ray. So,
Yeah.
So I saw him several times and Ray once, and I can't remember. There was some more characters floating around, but I didn't see any of the other ones.
Now, understand that you're not allowed to show up there in costume as an adult. Now, kids can. Apparently, kids can.
I saw an adult in costume.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I wasn't aware of that rule.
That's what I've heard, but maybe that's not still a thing.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But Jay, I was going to say, Jay did represent. He had the guys of a certain age T-shirt on.
That's right. Yeah. So if you saw me there, if you were at Disney last Saturday,
right.
and you saw me, that was a live.
Yeah.
Nobody stopped me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He was selecting people to have pictures made and just didn't pick anybody.
Right.
Leave me alone.
So then the other thing we did there, we ate the Ronto Wrap, which
what is that?
There was a menu of batuk beef or whatever, But the Ronto Wrap was a piece of grilled smoked sausage.
Okay.
This is all in a big pita. So you had smoked sausage, then some roasted pork pieces, some peppercorn sauce, and then a kind of a tangy slaw. It was delicious. It was really good. Apparently they had a veggie one if you wanted to do that. They had with zucchini and something, and then they had a breakfast one.
Okay.
But that was kind of their main thing. But then you could get a lot more. But that's we just kind of snacked around all day. So So the milks and the Ronto Wrap were our Star Wars foods.
Oh, good. That sounds good.
So that was pretty much. And we decided not to do Smuggler's Run. We wanted to move on.
Okay. Did you go to what other places did you go to within Hollywood Land or?
We did the Rock and Roller Coaster next.
Okay.
And see, in our timeline was we had the baby. So
that's what I was going to say. So obviously the baby's not going on the right. There you go. Okay.
So we did the parent swap, which meant that most of them, Jacob was able to ride twice because he would ride with us
and then ride,
and then he would go back with Lindsay, because what they would do is they would give you we didn't buy any lightning passes, but they would say, hey, we want to do parent swap, and they would give the parents.
Oh, so that's a thing. That's not just something you're saying. That's actually a parent swap.
Yeah. You had to go up to one of the cast members, and they would scan your tickets. And so you would, the rest of the group would go while the baby waited, or somebody waited with the baby. And then when we got back, then they would use their lightning pass.
So they could get on up in line. You wouldn't have to wait for another hour for somebody to go through.
But it's still, good. Our total wait time, including the second, was probably 5 hours.
Wow, isn't that something?
For 3 rides.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Now, granted, the part of that was, people riding twice.
What was the crowd like in terms of, is this a packed time for it? Or is
it's usually, we were told that it was a good season. It wasn't as busy, but we were there on a Saturday, and there was a lot of cheerleader groups around.
Okay.
So
there are better times
Hollywood
to go.
was not crazy busy.
Okay.
Epcot is where we went after that. We rode the gondolas, something. Over there, and then we kind of snacked our way to the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind ride.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so
that's good.
We had
what other lands are in Hollywood Land? Is it Harry Potter? Is that a Universal?
That's Universal.
That's right. That's
Universal.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Again, the land there's a building that looks like Mann's Chinese Theater that has the runaway train.
Okay.
Mickey and Minnie's runaway train. We were going to do that, and then we found out it was kind of a kiddie thing.
Oh, okay.
So we opted out of that. And then I'd probably still be great.
Yeah.
It's Disney still, but
yeah.
There's some Monsters Inc. stuff around. There's Toy Story stuff. But honestly, we didn't really, we went straight to Galaxy's Edge and went straight across the Rock and Roller Coaster and then exited.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I went several times before. In fact, we went one of the first years it was open when I was a kid. Maybe the summer after its first summer, but and went several times. You know, as a kid through high school, Becky and I, that's where we went on a honeymoon, and then we went one time with all the family, and Animal Kingdom was open then, and I think it was still fairly new. So, and I haven't been back since then. Becky and I, neither one have been back since then, but the boys have been, and they prefer Universal. I think they really like because of the rides and things there.
That was our original plan, but because Universal has a new park now, Epic Universal, I think is the name of it, and that was what we were originally going to do. But Lauren and Charlie lived down there, and somebody had handed them some free Disney tickets.
That's what you do.
We said, let's just go to Disney.
And just not a bad choice, especially going and seeing what you saw.
And that's what we wanted to do. And then Lauren I didn't even realize that there was a Guardians ride, but we went over to Epcot and had some fish and chips in England. And it was quite good. Okay. And then went over to Morocco. This thanks to my brother Rusty, recommended a place called the Spice Road Table. And I'll just give a shout out to the hummus fries.
I heard somebody else talked about the Moroccan restaurant there. It was really good.
There's a couple of them there, and this one we got in really fast by sheer luck. And but it's not. Rusty said hummus fries, and I'm like, this is probably fries with hummus drizzled on it, and it'll be good. But it was like fried cheese, but it was hummus inside instead of cheese. It was
that sounds pretty good.
But it looked just like a block of fried cheese. But it was fabulous. It was really, really
What
good.
did you dip it in anything or just eat it?
Yeah, they had a dip. I can't remember what it was. Some kind of aioli. Yeah. And then you got like a platter of hummus and several other words I can't pronounce.
That sounds really good.
It was fabulous. Yeah, really good. Eventually made our way over to Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. That was a 2-hour wait.
Wow.
And it wasn't a bad way, but it was still
2 hours.
Because you wander around outside for a while, and then you get in and you think, well, I'm close now, and then you realize I'm not close.
Yeah. I hate when you make that turn and all of a sudden you realize there's a whole other section.
Yeah, and there was a little bit, the closer you get in, the more there is to see, and the more interactive stuff there is. But I will say, we didn't really want to spend the extra money on lightning passes. I think if I went back and it was going to be a busy day, I probably would for this one. Yeah, because you want to ride it. It's an indoor roller coaster with, but you're not like the car you're in is zooming across, like you're going across the floor when you start anyway, like there's no track. It's I don't know if magnets or however they do it, but it's you kind of you turn them around. It shoots you backwards at one point because it's supposed to be sending you back in time, supposedly. Yeah. Okay. So, but just Space Mountain on steroids. If you like an inside dark roller coaster like Space Mountain, this just went far and above. I love Space Mountain too. Yeah. But this took you far above that. So, and then of course you've got Rocky and, Chris Pratt, Star-Lord, all the people are there. There was some interesting, because you're supposed to be in Xandar. I don't remember that. And Glenn Close, was she in Guardians of the Galaxy? Because she's in
she's
the ride.
Part of the Nova Corps.
Okay, yeah. She was the head of Nova Corps. Yeah. That's what there were some pretty big names. Yeah. Guiding us along.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So it's actually her. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So anyway, that was kind of we ended our day with that.
Yeah, I've heard my sister has a son that lives out in L.A., and so she's been to Disneyland several times.
I think they have more stuff out there that's
more Hollywood kind of stuff. Movie related?
More Marvel related stuff.
Oh, probably so. But I know that's there, and Galaxy's Edge is also there because she keeps saying, you've got to come see this. She would send me pictures of the Millennium Falcon, and I said, if I go, I'm going to have to build a lightsaber, so I'm going to have to do that. But
it's like $250.
Yeah, I knew it was expensive. And like I said, I have a friend her nephew did that, and that was the one thing he wanted, so they did it. I don't remember it being that much, but yeah.
Jacob toyed with the idea, but decided not to make the investment this time. But
But you get to build it. You get to pick all the different pieces of it, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. So it was.
If
it was a fun day.
If it was working, it'd be well worth it. But,
well, true.
But then they might have a little lawsuit on their hand.
And of course, I picked up a few pressed pennies along the way.
Okay. Of course you did.
Yeah.
Of course you did. Any other souvenirs or whatever from the trip?
Not really. Just a lot of pictures of Maggie.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's really good. Well, that's the reason you want to go. Right?
Yeah, and that was the whole thing. We
How long were you down there altogether, though? How long was your visit?
We arrived on a Thursday afternoon. Had dinner with Melissa's sister and her husband, and then on Friday we just kind of chilled. But I did get this is Friday. Lauren and I went out on Friday afternoon to see the manatees. There's a spring not far from there where the manatees go in the winter because it's warmer water, and that was I've seen a manatee before, but it's been forever, and just to kind of see a bunch of them.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That was cool. And then we did Disney Saturday. Sunday we actually we found a couple of Yemeni coffee shops.
How about that?
In Orlando, and went back and kind of relived our days in the Middle East. And that was a lot of fun.
That's cool. Yeah. Well, you just did that. Robbie, I know he's working. It's a working trip, but he's in Seattle. He's probably making his way back from Seattle today. So I need to go somewhere.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have time to.
Yeah. And maybe it's just one-way trip next time.
You're not too busy binge watching TV?
Well, I could probably do that.
On the plane.
And the plane.
Well, that's what I did. We usually try to fly. This time the flights didn't work out to fit our schedule. So we decided just to go ahead and drive. And so I downloaded.
One day or break it up?
We broke it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a few hours the first night after work. And then
it's not a bad drive. I mean, it's a long drive, but it's not a bad drive. Right. But breaking it up is kind of.
It helped even
for
those
guys
few
of a
hours.
certain age.
Yes. It definitely helped. But Melissa prefers to drive, so I downloaded all the Knights of the Seven Kingdom that was available.
Did you like it?
I have so far, yeah.
Okay, I'll have to watch it.
And then I finished Wonder Man on the trip.
Which we'll talk about that probably next time we're together.
I expect so, yeah. So it was some valuable binging time.
Okay, good deal. All right, well, I guess that's going to do it for us.
Alrighty.
We'll Wonder Man maybe next time as the Wonder Men are back. The Wander Men are back. But
both work.
That's right. And look forward to seeing you next time. Join us there on Guys of a Certain Age, for those of you who can't remember what the podcast is, which would be me with no privilege.